So why did you decide to teach APLAC?
I think it's a really important class because it prepares students with skills that they'll use in a variety of situations, not just in other English classes. So I'm really excited to have the opportunity to teach it.
What's your favorite part about the class?
My favorite part about the class is all the opportunities to pull in other kinds of texts and materials, because again, unlike other classes, it's less about like teaching particular novels or something than it is about just finding ways to practice particular skills so we can apply it to almost anything.
What do you think of the students?
I think they're the best, especially my 7th period.
And so what are the important ideas or concepts taught in the class?
Just how to analyze not so much what someone's saying, but how they're saying it and why they're saying it that way, which I think is a really important skill. For example, when you're trying to understand what politicians are saying or anyone who's trying to convince you to do something, if you can understand how they're trying to get you to do it, you'll have a better understanding of whether or not it's a good idea.
I'd been hearing a lot about this class called APLAC and its growing popularity. I decided to ask some students their thoughts on the class and what made it great.
I really strongly believe that anyone who has the opportunity to take APLAC should take APLAC because it is a rewarding and powerful experience.
What I'm learning in APLAC is mostly stuff about rhetoric and what the author is trying to say compared to more of a literary analysis.
What's been your favorite part of APLAC so far?
Definitely learning about the tools and ways that we can use such things as like rhetoric and our rhetorical analysis and the various schemes and tropes that make up our language and just basically anything we read or write.
I like the small environment and how it's like easy for discussion and how you can talk to people and they have like really good inputs.
The class sounded interesting, but I wanted to know more about the teacher, Mr. Kennedy.
Paul Kennedy is a man that I do not regret meeting.
The way he teaches is excellent in the sense that it's not that regular, boring lecture type of classroom. Like
he always has the right word at the tip of his tongue. You know, he just given us a speech about something and just using general normal diction, and then all of a sudden he pulls out a word like jubilant. Like, who thinks Mr. Kennedy thinks of jubilant? That's who. Mr. Kennedy is the most concise man I've ever met.
During my research, I found that students had a repeated answer to the class's success, Mr. Kennedy. I wanted to find out some more information about why he was so cool.
Paul Kennedy is just cool. He's really relaxed and laid back as a teacher. He tells lots of jokes. And who doesn't like teachers like that? Well, I guess all APLAC essays are really annoying, but besides that, just generally awesome.
Okay, so trust me, I've had Mr. Kennedy for English for 3 years now. I had him for Honors English 9 in 9th grade, and then sophomore year I had him for speech, and junior year I had him for APLAC, so you could say that I've had him a while and I know what he's good at, and I know how talented he is. So, but also, he's really been able to lift my spirits, and like one time, like my dog died, and I went to Mr. Kennedy's class feeling really, really down about myself, but then I listened to some of his puns and jokes and heard him talk about English for like an hour and a half, and I just felt a lot better. I felt okay. And also, he went to Wabash College, which is a pretty prestigious university, so you could say he's pretty well qualified.
Paul Kennedy. Oh, do I know Paul Kennedy? As one of the world's leading Paul Kennedy experts, I pride myself on knowing the ins and outs of everything Paul Kennedy. Paul Kennedy is not a person. He's more of an entity, a way of life, if you will. Paul Kennedy is life.
Oh my gosh, Mr. Kennedy is just like so cool. He's a really good teacher. He teaches APLAC and speech and composition, and he taught 9th grade English at one point too.
So what makes him so popular among students?
Well, he's basically the coolest teacher ever. He likes cooking, reading, traveling, yard work, running. He ran a marathon, you know. That's fan-flippin-tastic. He just does a lot of good stuff.
One of the most interesting things I found was this place called the Porta-Paul. This is Mr. Kennedy's classroom and the learning environment for APLAC. The room revealed some neat things about Mr. Kennedy.
If you look around the Porta Hall, you can find a lot of interesting facts about him. One of the first artifacts that truly stands out would be his Wabash College flag. Mr. Kennedy marvelously exhibits true pride in his institutions of education. Here's his desk where he diligently grades papers and works to become an outstanding educator. His collection of beautifully fabricated t-shirts manifests his involvement at this school and the extracurriculars.
Not only does Mr. Kennedy teach APLAC, but he is also a coach for the speech team. After talking to the students he had in class, I wanted to hear what some kids on the speech team had to say.
I have had Mr. Kennedy as a speech coach all 4 years. He's actually the first speech coach I met with. I sat in Mr. Run's office. He was like, "Why do you want to do speech?" And I was like, "I don't know. You're scary. Why would I want to do speech?" But he was really cool and helped me through everything. Plus his wife's really awesome, and I like Kara a lot. And
He's very underrated as a speech coach. He's brilliant, because I remember my sophomore year, I hadn't won a meet at all yet. And then the 2 weeks back to back I decided to work with Mr. Kennedy were first place. So numbers don't lie. So I think Kennedy is a very underrated coach. He's very good at what he does. He has good knowledge of every little piece of speech. And just Paul Kennedy.
I remember working with him on my HI. Up until that point, I'd only been working with Rund, and I was surprised by the difference in coaching style, but it really helped me out. He was straight to the point, and I liked that. I appreciated it.
So I learned some important things during my research on this class. Number 1, APLAC teaches a lot of valuable lessons that students seem to enjoy. There's rhetoric, language, schemes and tropes, and argument. A lot of things I found these students and myself to be doing. Number 2, the class's success lies heavily on the amazing teacher, Mr. Kennedy. There was an overwhelming response to his effectiveness as well as his awesomeness.
I strongly believe that anyone who has the opportunity to be taught under Mr. Kennedy should, because it is a very powerful and rewarding experience.